But the stock of the moment still is Titan, even though that's off the high point of the day by about 5 or 6%. Big bull Rakesh Jhunjhunwala has added his 800 crores to his wealth just today. Is it right? I think it will be more because of the surge in Titan stock. Here is Rakesh quizzing the Titan management.
Last year we had a very bad, we had comparatively a disturbed November and December. And also, I understand you can't forecast, but also there are much more wedding season in November and December.
Yeah.
So would it be right to say that your sale in November, December growth should be as compared to what happened in October or September should be much better in 2 months because we had demand immediately.
May your wish come true, Rakesh.
Last year, the entire festive season was in October.
Oh, this
year it got split between Q2 and Q3. So last year was entirely that, and it was an exceptional year.
But
we just mentioned sometime back, there was a 55% growth in that season.
Right.
Yeah. So the base itself is high up to 8th of November. You're right. After that, there was a slump, which we are all aware of.
But we also pulled back with our exchange scheme and all that.
No, but also you in spite of that, the base was low. And second thing is, we don't have such rich a wedding season, nor did we have that focus on wedding as we have today.
No, I understand that, but there is also intense pressure from the government on the PMLA reintroduction and all that, and we don't know how that is going to go, at what level they're going to now cut it off from 50,000, take it up to what level. And
not subject to PMLA not being enforced.
yeah.
I personally, that's my feeling. I don't know, I could be wrong. But I feel November, December should be much better as compared to last year. Because of the demand period.
You're right in the basis from which you're coming. So we'll wait. Let's now celebrate what has just gone past.
Right. But we investors always try to anticipate.
I know.
Another thing I wanted to ask you was, what was the number of shops? How many shops do you think you can open in the next 6 months?
We had a rough 180 store months target, Rakesh, and my last assessment of that was we'd be about 80% of that number of store months by the time March 31st happens. And so far, I haven't heard anything to the contrary from my team.
So that means we had now I think only 5-6 stores of Gold Plus are left for conversion.
Yeah, Gold Plus was not, part of this. The pure Tanish, new Tanish I'm talking about.
How many new Tanish will be open? Forget the store months. Whether we open November or March may not be so important.
In Q2 you are asking?
No, in the year, in the financial, how many more?
By the year, our new estimate is about...
No, 5 is what we opened so far.
We opened 5 so far, but a lot in the pipeline, and about, if I remember right, 22 or 23 was the new estimate.
So that means we opened about 20 to 25 shops in the 2 quarters.
No, 17.
17 shops.
22 minus 5. Yeah.
I think that's very important because now with the kind of profitability I have and the kind of shell the other jewelers are in, I mean, if we reach, we'll sell. And what about that party which is failed in Madras? Some very large jeweler has failed.
Natella.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of taking him home.
Sorry?
No, that model very difficult to such jewelers. The only thing you can take over is, if at all, is their retail outlet. You can't take over the franchise because the practices of such jewelers, the customers are used to those practices. That way, a whole lot of jewelers are available in that sense, but it would be quite impossible for us to, continue with their name or their skill or their franchise as in customer base.
Right.
It's better if customers actually migrate to us.
Okay, that was, of course, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala questioning the management of Titan. But we have Sandeep Sikka, ED and CEO of Reliance Nippon Life AMC, and Kazuhide Toda, Head Asia Pacific Nippon Life Insurance, now joining us. Good morning, gentlemen. Sandeep, let me start with you first. First of all, of course, congratulations to you and your team. It's been a good day for you, the company getting listed finally. AUM growth, what kind of growth rate do you see maintaining going forward?
I think I'm very happy. Firstly, I think about the listing. It's a great day for the Indian financial sector, the first asset management company to be listed, and it's really satisfying to see investors, 16 lakh investors applying for this issue. I think we can see it in two ways. I think clearly in the last 3 years, under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, we've been seeing the post-demonetization, a lot of money coming into the financial sector, and that money has been finding its way into the mutual funds. Whatever growth that we have seen the last few years, we expect going forward the growth to actually increase further. Investors till now, if you see the asset management industry till now was more focused on the top 10, top 15 cities. The fact that in this IPO itself, investors came from 110 cities, and we are today, I think in the mutual fund industry also, we are seeing flows coming from small cities and towns. We see the growth to be much more in times to come.
Okay. Mr. Kazuhide, congratulations to you too. How are you looking at the Indian market? We look only at ourselves and we think that there is this inexorable movement of investors from physical assets to financial assets. But as an outsider, how are you looking at this market?
Thank you very much. As a Japanese, if you compare this market to the Japanese market, it looks very attractive. In Japan, the government bond yields now is about 0.1%. The growth of the economy is not very high. So compared to that, the interest rate in this country, which is close to 7%, is very attractive. The GDP is growing at a very good speed, and the inflation is under control. So we are expecting more and more money coming from Japan and also from other countries to India.
Okay. Sandeep, good morning. So just to talk about the growth numbers, I mean, it's been a phenomenal year for sure. Are you seeing the same pace? Because if my memory serves me right, September was a little more calmer than what we saw around August in terms of inflows. Of course, these are monthly variations, but largely speaking, can the performance of this current year in terms of more inflows be sustained and repeated?
See, the way we need to see is there's a structural change happening. I mean, majority of the money that is coming right now in the mutual fund industry is coming through systematic investment plans. And also it's very spread out. It's coming from, today every month about 10 lakh new SIPs are getting added. So I think we clearly see this kind of a trend continuing. Now month on month, whether it's going to be every month is going to be higher than the previous month is very difficult to say. But structurally and directionally, I think we're headed for better times. We clearly see money. We earlier Toda-san mentioned about money moving from Japan to India. And I would say I clearly see going forward a lot more money moving from banks, bank FDs into the mutual fund industry. Because I mean, if you were to see, overall we are in an the interest rate regime is coming down. This money, I mean, earlier a lot of investors used to lock in their money when the interest rate was double digit. I think there's no upside left there. So we clearly, with the demonetization happening and the Indian economy doing well, we can expect much more money coming into the mutual fund industry. However, the big positive is, unlike in past, this is not the bulky money or the tactical money which is coming in. It is the retail money, which makes me excited that this money is going to be more sticky and more stable.
Okay. Can you give us some idea of what you will do with the money that you have got, some 600 odd crores? The others, of course, the promoter takes. But what will you do as well? How is your new product like alternative investment funds doing?
No, clearly for us, if the 600 crores, that is 4% of the issuance which has come to the company will be used for the growth. It will be divided in 4 things. Firstly, it's going to be opening new branch network. Presently, we have the largest branch network, which is 171 branches. We intend to take this branch network from 171 to 500 in next 3 years. 100 new branches will be opened up in this year itself. Also, we'll be investing very highly in technology. I think as India is becoming more digital, at this point of time also, we see 20% of incremental transactions coming through the proprietary digital properties. And we clearly will be investing a lot more in digital. Then alternative investment funds also, I think we have put certain money for the seed capital of alternative investment funds. And finally, as and when there is any inorganic opportunity, last year we had acquired Goldman Sachs India operations. Going forward also, we see as and when there are any opportunities, I think we'll be there as an acquirer.
Okay. Acquisition is what we should expect, is it, with the money? That's good to hear. Finally, we're hearing a lot about management rejig. What should we expect from the company and therefore impact on performance?
Well, I think clearly from a long-term point of view, we have one of the most stable management teams. I've myself been with the company for 14 years. And if you see, all the key leadership team members have been there. I think broadly, but having said that, any company from a long-term point of view works more on processes. It's the right processes and framework with the right people which gives long-term performance. And we remain committed to create wealth for our investors going forward also.
All right. Sandeep and Mr. Todha, thank you very much for joining us and celebrating your stellar listing with us. The Reliance Nippon Asset stock is at the moment 15% higher, closely followed by Titan, which is of course 14.5% higher. It's been a flat day as far as the indices are concerned, but it is still young.